What I'm going to talk about today is what do you do with your lawn mowing business in the winter. Now, as they say on Game of Thrones, winter is coming. We don't have to worry about White Walkers, but there's a lot of other things that we have to think about, like how do you manage your lawns? You've got customers coming up to you saying, can you move my lawn on a week? Can you move it on 2 weeks? And then you get lawns moved on willy-nilly and they just land everywhere. And that can really stuff up your system. And how do you tell when a wind cycle's needed anyway? Because I remember when I first started mowing lawns back in the late 80s and winter came along, I used to drive along and I used to look at lawns and I used to go, does this lawn need mowing? Maybe not. And then I'd drive on to the next one and do the same thing again and again and again. And at the end of the day, I felt like I was a real estate agent and I wasn't making any money. So, and the other thing that I used to think is, how do I know what the customer thinks? Who knows? They may think it needs cutting, they may not think it needs cutting. So what I do these days is I have a system. Now, you knew I was going to say that, didn't you? So when I take on a lawn, I tell them that it's a fortnightly cut. I always say that. And if they ask me about a winter cycle, I say, that's fine. What we'll do is if you don't think the lawn needs cutting, because I can't make that call, if you don't think the lawn needs cutting, just text me the night before I turn up and let me know. And then I tell them that we only do 2 or 4 weekly cuts because we want to keep everybody in a rhythm. And I also let them know that on the first day of spring, they'll be going back to 2 weekly. And the customer normally says, yeah, I understand this, and yeah, that's a good idea. I'll contact you if when the lawn slows down. Now this works really well because they hardly ever contact us, and most of our lawns stay 2 weekly all year round. We don't turn up and get sent away, and it gives us a good consistent income. And we know that when we're going to a lawn, we're going to be mowing it. We even have lawns that stay weekly all year round. So it's a good way to manage your system, and it saves having those random 3 weekly lawns just turning up there, and it also saves turning up and being sent away. And so that's basically how we run our business. And if the customer's not happy with the way that we book lawns, then I'm quite happy for them to go to someone that can manage their needs if they want a 10-day cut, or if they want a 3 weekly cut. So basically that's the way we run our business. Now this may or may not work for you, but I hope it helps. And until I see you again, happy lawn mowing, people.